Hello everybody, Janet Urban here, founder of Friends in Film. Welcome to our podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to give you insights that you will not learn anywhere, not in film school, not online, not from anybody, even people on film sets will not know what I'm teaching you because we have studied how to go very fast into the film industry and create a career out of it. And that is what this podcast is about, and that is what the A-List program is about, which is our main flagship program that all these people all over the world are doing to work in the film industry. So enjoy today's podcast, and thank you so much for listening. Applying for jobs as a way to get going in the film industry is one of the worst things that you can do. If you are a videographer, or if you are an actor, or if you are a filmmaker that has been wanting to work in the film industry, and your main method is to apply for jobs, and you're looking on StaffMeUp, and you're looking at Backstage, and you're looking on Production Hub and Mandy, or any of the sites out there. There's job posting sites all over the world, in London, in Toronto, in Vancouver. If that's what you're doing as your way to get into the business, you're probably finding that it's not working so well. That's because the real film industry is not posting their work on a website looking for somebody. You're missing the entire professional film industry. You're missing learning how the entire film industry works when all you're doing is looking for jobs to apply to. You're finding the bottom of the barrel, the worst jobs that has all the other people that have no idea about the film industry. That's what they're doing too, is looking for jobs to apply to. Now, I understand why you would think that, because with the regular world, with the regular industries out there, all business, you get a degree, and you apply for jobs, and then you get the job, and then you're in the job until you're not in the job and you move to a different job or something like that. That's the regular world. That's a boring world. That's a world that's actually kind of going away. It's really all turning into a freelance world anyway. So it's all kind of going towards freelance and providing value out there in the world and being paid accordingly. But still, people still think that you apply for jobs. But in the film industry, I want to paint this picture for you. The film industry, what it really is a whole bunch of shoots. Now, what happens before a film shoot is pre-production that happens in the production office while they're getting ready for the shoot. So they're planning to shoot the shoot, and they're getting people hired, and they're getting locations put on hold, and they're getting the equipment put on hold, and the catering companies put on hold, and it might be multiple locations in one day. And it might be different people that are working on different days on the shoot as well. Like they might have a different production designer, or a different sound mixer, even a different DP, although it's sort of rare. It's usually the same person for the whole shoot. But there is different people coming in and out of these shoots all the time. And all of this is happening in pre-production. Getting ready for the shoot is pre-production. Then we've got the shooting, and that's happening on either one day, could be a one-day shoot, could be a 5-day shoot, could be a 10-day shoot. I got a 10-day commercial coming up right now, which is kind of rare. Most of the times it's 1 day to 3 days, usually not 10, but this is a big one. So, and then right after that one, I've got another 3-day shoot that overlaps the 10-day shoot that I'm going to do the last couple of days because I'm already booked on the other 10-day shoot. This is what it's like to be in demand. You start to navigate your schedule. But that's what a career is. It's a bunch of shoots. Now, these shoots that I have coming up, they're not on Mandy. They're not on StaffMeUp. There's not one job on that call sheet. There's not one job on that shoot. None of those people were hired on StaffMeUp. That job is not out there. None of my jobs are out there. And none of anybody's jobs are really out there. Everybody signs non-disclosures. They're all top secret. And why would they put a posting out there getting a bunch of new people that don't know what they're doing, that they don't even know? Why would they hire them? It's only when they are in dire straits that they're going to look for somebody that they don't know. And what will typically happen, and the reason why you're applying for jobs when you find them on StaffMeUp and not getting them and not hearing back, here's what's happening. Somebody will not know they're doing pre-production on a shoot in your area. They don't know anybody. Like maybe they're looking for a makeup artist. They don't know anybody. Maybe they're looking for a production assistant. It can happen, especially if it's a reality TV and they're coming into town. They don't know anybody. That's the kind of stuff that you find on StaffMeUp. So they put a posting there and then you apply for it. and then you don't hear anything back. Maybe it's for a camera operator. Maybe it's for assistant camera. At the same time, since they are putting it there, they don't know anybody. At that moment, they're like, okay, we'll put it on StaffMeUp. Then what happens at the same time, they're actually looking to solve that problem. They're looking for somebody that somebody knows. So they're reaching out to their network. Hey, we need an assistant camera. I just put a posting in StaffMeUp, but I really would rather have a referral. Do you know anybody good? Is there somebody that you like to work with? They're going to check with the DP. They're going to check with all the department heads. Hey, do you know anybody in this area that you want to work with? And they're going to reach out directly to people and to put them on hold, and then they're not going to respond to the StaffMeUp. The StaffMeUp or the Mandy or Production Hub, it is a kind of like, I better get something going in case I can't find somebody. And that's been your experience. So you're not getting these jobs if you've been applying for them because you suck. No, it's because they really don't want to hire that way. It's risky to hire that way, even though, you look really good, and you might actually, if you come across really well, you could be like, hey, actually that person seemed pretty good. I'll put them in my back pocket for next time when they come back through there, which could be in 2 years. So it's not a bad thing to do, but I want you to know that you're missing the whole business, because the business really does not want to hire based on a posting. Like, that is the last resort. And it's only going to happen when in a town that production comes in and they don't know anybody. So in a place like Los Angeles or like London or Toronto, there is every single job, every single person. There's plenty of people. So there's no reason to go to StaffMeUp unless they're looking for somebody to work far below the rate. And they may know people. And, like my rate is $1,050 for 10. And then equipment is another at least $1,000 to $2,000 a day. So, I'm a lot of money. They know that. And if they need somebody to do a little tiny shoot, then, and all of their connections are people like me, that we're not going to work for $200. I want work for less than $1,000. So, and most of their connections are people like that, then they might put something in StaffMeUp as well. So you might find opportunities that way too for the tiny little shoots, the low pay shoots, which also goes with the newer people, and that's fine. And those are opportunities. So that's good. But my main point is for you to understand that the real film industry, the professional film industry, is not putting anything out there online. That the way that it works is people work with you and then they put you in their phones and then they call you again and again. And that you have to create your career in a word-of-mouth business that's how it works. And that's why you're being challenged, because you don't know how to build a career that's all through connections in a business that is all word of mouth. You don't know how to create a career in a word-of-mouth business. And that has what has been stopping you when you tried, like maybe years ago, and it didn't happen. It wasn't because you weren't good enough. It's because you never learned how to do that. And that can be what you're running into now. Again, you don't know how to start in a word-of-mouth business where you don't just apply for a job and, oh, you're hired, and there you go, one day on set. So if you can imagine, like the vast majority, like all of these shoots, like millions of them, and all of them are people that have already worked with each other, calling each other and hiring each other. It's like a private community where people trust each other and they know that they're good and they like working together and they just keep working again and again and again. Thank goodness that's what a career is. You have a career when you have all these people that keep calling you to work. If I don't get a call for work, then I don't work. I make no money. So I have to have people calling me. And that's what an in-demand career is. So this is what you are building, is an in-demand career in the film industry, which is a word-of-mouth business. When you haven't experienced it, when all you know is 9 to 5, it's kind of weird. It's kind of foreign. I understand why that's like a big mystery. But that's what it is. And this is what I guide people through. I guide them into this career where they are in demand for a craft. See, a lot of people are trying to get hired for their craft from outside the business. Like they're actors and directors and writers. That's what they want to do. And they're trying to get hired by the film industry, which is all everybody knowing each other. And they can't get hired because the film industry is like, I don't know you. If I'm going to hire a writer, it's going to be one of the 10 writers I've been working with for the last 10 years, not somebody that I don't know. You're like, well, I've got stuff in film festivals. They're like, we don't care about the little film festivals. I'm not looking at the little film festivals. I'm on set working. I am making money. Only Sundance and Cannes, and that would be other professionals that are also there at Sundance and Cannes. And now, since there are other professionals that I might have probably worked with, now I'm interested. And those people are doing some great work out there that those Sundance and Cannes and Tribeca can actually launch another level of career. It's not launching a new career, it's launching a next level of career because the people that are at Sundance and Cannes are already professionals. And they're using those film festivals because there's a lot of eyeballs on them to go to the next level in their career or to go into a different genre. So maybe they were in commercials, now they're going to go into features. Maybe they're in documentaries and they're going to go into features, something like that. The film festivals that are Sundance, Cannes, and Tribeca, those are professional ones. And those are the ones that the professionals watch. All the other ones are for people that are amateurs that want to be in the business. I thought of this the other night. I thought, you know what? Film festivals are where a lot of new filmmakers are spending a lot of their focus. Like they're creating their shorts to put them in these film festivals, and they hope that somehow a professional, maybe a producer or somebody, comes to the tiny little film festival and says, hey, you're great. Would you like to direct a feature film? And that'll never happen, and that's not happening. And the film festivals won't tell you that because their business is to put on a film festival and sell tickets. That's their business. And then there's all the other businesses around these tiny little film festivals, all little websites, all little podcasts, all the little interviews, all this little buzz of people that call themselves indie filmmakers that are making zero money as professionals, but are doing their work in the world. Now, I'm not poo-pooing that. I think that's awesome to be producing work. I'm just saying that do that work while you are working on film sets, getting paid. Because to stay outside the business and produce your work, you can only get to a certain level. You can only get to what you're exposed to, which is mostly your own stuff and other people that are not in the business. Those are the majority of your ideas, and that's your level of expertise. You know, cobbling together and seeing what you can do with the money that you have, with the lights you have, with the techniques you have. So what you can produce is good, but it's not like a professional is going to go, damn, that was pretty good for a budget of like 10 grand. So no, they're not going to do that. Professionals are all about the professional stuff, making money. We're not looking at how to make stuff on a shoestring. We're looking at working again and having a career. That's what a career is, getting more great work, working on more great stuff that has a budget, that pays, that the studios are paid for, that's going to be put out there, that already has money and distribution and people and power behind it. That's where you really want to aim. So I want to shift your perspective from what you think that you should be doing now, applying for jobs. And that's like the one thing you think that you should be doing, apply for jobs. That's what I should do. And make my films and submit them to film festivals. I'm going to talk about that in another podcast episode. But I want to shift you off of this one thing and so that you understand applying for jobs, you're seeing a tiny, tiny little fraction, and they're all the worst jobs. And most people don't want to hire from that anyway, so that's why you're not getting many jobs coming through that way, because they will, if they can, fill it through referrals or word of mouth. And it's just no way to start your career because the professional film industry doesn't work that way. Jobs are not posted. For all the professional stuff, which is millions of shoots, you have to learn the way that it actually works in the film industry. If you want to be successful, you have to learn how it works in the film industry and stop doing the things that you keep doing that are leading you nowhere. And how you know if you're doing the right or the wrong things is look at how much money are you making in the professional film industry. How many professional connections do you have that you're working with every single week? Are you in demand? How relevant are you to the professional film industry? And then once you are on these sets, how well are you navigating towards what you really want to do? Like if you want to act, how many casting directors do you know personally from being on set and starting these relationships? How many producers know that you want to act and have you on their schedule for stuff that they're going to be producing in the future? How are you nurturing those conversations and keeping touch with all of these people that are all professionals, not people that find you that are mostly scams and fake agents and fake managers, but like real professionals that you work with on set. Like those are the ones. How many of those relationships are you nurturing and creating opportunities with? And what are you doing to create those opportunities? How are you relevant to them? Why do they need you? You will find all of these answers when you get on these professional sets. And this will feel so good because that is when it will become real to you. It will become real when you are paid consistently on film sets with your film friends, with these profitable relationships that you are creating. Another term that I have for you, profitable relationships, meaning these are relationships that you start with people that are profitable for you, profitable for them, and long-term thinking. They are growing into something that you haven't even discovered yet, that you haven't grown into that capacity yet, but it is profitable. It's like a seed that is planted with other good people that you are creating future projects down the road by creating these relationships today, where it's basically just like, I like you. I like the way you think. I like the way that you do your work. I like your team. I want to do projects with you. I want to work with you again. And you will work with these people again and again and again. So we have to have that start to happen. I believe that my mission in life is to help people go from being stuck and doing things that only creates more, doing things that are not working, that only creates more disbelief inside themselves and makes them feel like their career is so far away and their dream is never going to happen and that it's impossible because of their actions and the way that they're thinking. It's to take people from that place to actually getting real experience on film sets around real people, making money, learn by doing, and showing yourself, having your own back the entire way, that you can make an incredible impact on the film industry and on the future content that it produces, and get your name in the credits and really live a life that is a dream, your dream, and carve it and create it exactly for what you want in your life. You can have what you want. And the film industry is the most amazing vehicle to have that and to create that. And it's worth it. And this is what I dedicate my life to, is showing people from stuck to actually creating it and doing it powerfully in the professional film industry. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for listening. And if you want to take your career to the next level in the film industry, go to friendsinfilm.com/join. That's friendsinfilm.com/join. You can sign up for our mini course, learn about the A-list model, and then you can take it all the way and do the A-list program. So that's friendsinfilm.com/join. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, everybody.